Hey everybody. All right, so Chester is hanging with us. He wants to read Dr. Seuss, Sneeches. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, Chester. We're going to do it, Chester. We're going to read. So let's begin, shall we? The Sneeches. Are you ready, Feitner? Are you paying attention, Chester? I hope you are. Are you going to listen to the story? Okay. All right. Now, the star-belly Sneeches had bellies with stars. The plain-belly Sneeches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneeches would brag that they were the best kind of Sneech on the beaches. Oh, they thought they were. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-bellied sort. And whenever they met some, whenever they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-bellied children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You could only play if your belly had stars, and the plain-bellied children had none upon theirs. It wasn't very nice, was it, Feitner? Oh. When the star-belly Sneeches had Frankfurter roast, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain-belly Sneeches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. So wrong. They kept them away, never let them come near. And that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain-bellied Sneeches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. Yeah, strange car. You look at his car. Strange car. Okay. My friends, he announced, in a voice clear and keen. My name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappy. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work with great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. Then, quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. He said, you want stars like the star-belly Sneech? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Oh, he's going to do this little funny stuff. Oh, he's so silly. You can do that. Doggy yoga time. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard. So they clamored inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked. Oh, Chester's in the machine. And it burked and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneeches popped out, they had stars. Huh. They actually did. They had stars upon stars. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to all your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneeches, and they're still the worst. But now, how in the world will we know? They all frowned. If which kind is what, or the other way round. Then up came McBean with a very sly wink. And he said, things are not as quite bad as you think. You don't know who's who, and that's perfectly true. But come with me, friends. You know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneeches on the beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 eaches. Belly stars are no longer in style, said Mr. McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. Right, Chester? Getting the stars off. All right. So you won't look like Sneeches who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. And then with the snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a snout. We know who is who, and there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneeches are Sneeches without. Then, of course, those with stars got all frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean then invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guess, things got into a horrible mess. Oh. All the rest of that day on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneeches. Off again, on again, off again. Through the machine they raced, round and round about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the Starbelly knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when the very last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach a Sneech. Get him with all of his, he took all their money. They all just, oh, they're broke. But Mr. McBean was quite wrong, I'm happy to say, that the Sneeches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneeches are Sneeches and no kind of Sneech is the best on the beaches. And that day, all the Sneeches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. So, the end.
Bye, everybody. Wait to be too. See you guys later.
See you later.